Hi, I'm Michael Fraser. I'm a copywriter and an artist and a father, and I'm going to take you through an article I wrote about Tric's new single, Rubber Trees. So let's go through it step by step, starting with the title. Emotional song, Rubber Trees by Tric's will help you find meanings of life. Even the title Rubber Trees, you have no idea what the song is going to be about and how this is going to relate to your life. But let me tell you, this artist really knows how to craft a song that has meaning and meaning for everybody. And I just wanted to pull that out in this interview where I ask him a few questions about his song and and play with words in order to intrigue the reader to really want to take a listen. In the first paragraph, I talk about receiving the sneak peek to his upcoming release, Rubber Trees, and how it felt to open up the song and allow for his words to come into my consciousness, to really absorb the music. And I knew when I listened to the music that it had true, real, authentic emotion, and I wanted the audience to really understand how powerful it is to receive something that is genuine and that this music is genuine. So I wanted the audience to understand that right off the get-go. Here's a picture of the artist's artwork. And then the big question, the song title, what is the true meaning of Rubber Trees? And so I interviewed the artist to figure that out. Um, Learning a little bit about where the artist comes from and listening to the song, I was able to come up with questions that really evoked a response where I could get to know the artist and help the artist communicate who they are and what their music is about to their audience. The first thing I heard was chaotic yet ethereal synthesizer tone. Is there an experience that you've had that carries that same feeling that the sound evokes for you? And so the artist went to talk about his experiences in yoga and relaxation and how there is the inhale and exhale and the loop ending and starting again, repeating synth lines and repetitive sounds, chanting of mantras, the universal sound of Om, all these different ideas that came up from my interview style and how I'm asking about the context of his art form that's going to really delve into who he is as an artist. In this song, you reference a subtle glow at the base of a pyramid that eventually engulfs us. What does that glow represent for you? So the song has this abstract story, but I really want to get into the meat and potatoes of where this artist is coming from and what are the real life experiences that he's had, which have led him to the point of writing this song so that others can understand where he's coming from and create their own connection to the music and want to listen to it and understand the artist on a deeper level. So we're really just learning about the artist here. He talks about how when you build practice of any discipline, meditation, music, or pursuits of your highest self, when you cultivate your craft and you're operating in your highest self, you're allowing yourself to get out of the way and have the greatest feeling in the world. And so this is the glow he's talking about. When you expand and give yourself permission to let go, find ease and relax and raise your body and your vibration all in all encompassing. So, this is a very spiritual artist that's talking about his connection to the lyrics. And in this particular question, I was asking about the glow. And so the glow is a part of the song, which is related to coming into a real authentic sense of being your highest self and being relaxed and on a higher level of vibration. The next question I asked him, when you sing the lyrics, nobody knows that we've come apart and we do it again. It makes me think of parts of my life where I've had to overcome adversity and have no regrets. So I'm putting myself into the writing because I want the audience to see that I'm thinking about the lyrics that I'm hearing in his music from my own perspective. I'm not just looking to the artist to understand the lyrics, but I'm looking to introspect about myself. But then I ask him, how does he feel about experiences of resilience in confronting life's challenges? And I love the answer I got, just the nutshell beginning of it. Painful experiences are deeply romantic and personal. So this is something that anybody can take away with them and listen to the song from their perspective of having had their own painful experiences, but seeing them in that romantic light of hindsight where everything happens for a reason. He goes on to say, witnessing our own vulnerability and having courage to stand in our truth, that's where the lesson is. And so this is something that everybody can relate to. And so when people are listening to this music, they can find themselves in it. Your music is clearly a soundtrack to life. If your song could be heard anywhere, what would be the best setting to listen to this song? So I really wanted to get at to a point where I could see in my mind what it would be like to experience the song in the best way that the artist could think of. So he said that it's all about transporting somebody away from their suffering. And so he could see riding the bus, looking out the window, delighting in new beginnings, or sending salutations as you ride toward the bitter end, whatever it is that you're on the journey. He was painting a picture of different settings that one could find themselves in, which would be in collaboration with the song's intention. So it gives you an idea of maybe, I'm going to be doing a move soon. And so I could be taking the ferry and listening to this song and saying goodbye to the suffering that I'm moving from and taking new integrated experiences into the future. And so this really gives me a clear picture of how this song could be applicable for somebody using it on an emotional healing context. And finally, I asked the artist, if you could go anywhere and do anything, where would you go and what would you do? And this is just really about giving the audience a sense of the artist's personality and where he's going in his life. So, and where he wants to go. So he says, take me to a place with a sauna and a fire that's secluded, somewhere warm and peaceful. Every day is a gift, and I got another day to give it. So, this whole interview, as short and simple as it was, we really got an insight of the artist's vibe and are giving the audience a sense of who the artist is, whether they've heard them or not, and some intrigue and interest into why they would listen to the music, some personal connections that the artist has, and some introspection that they might do themselves. A benefit of listening to the music comes through in this interview. Chronotric's music brings together his collection of personal life experiences. Even in its simplicity, the depth of Chronotric's authentic expression gives his sound so many dimensions. Every instrument has its place, and the poetic lyrics seem to be saying so much more than the ear can be heard. See, I want the audience to really want to listen to this for themselves, not because I tell them to, not because the artist is so cool, but because they can get something out of it. Needless to say, I was left with more questions than I had answers. So you know what? You want to figure out what Rubber Trees means to you? Add the song to your Spotify playlist, share it with your friends, and ask them what they think the meaning of Rubber Trees is. So this is really just getting everybody in the community listening and paying attention and figuring out their piece and what's in it for them. If you haven't listened to the artist, check out Pranatrix, check out the song Rubber Trees. There's a music video. And if you'd like me to write about you and your artwork, I'd love to check it out. And I'd love to help you come up with new creative ways to get your personality and your authentic self through copywriting.